Well, hello. First of all, thank you for your time. Thank you to all the Quantum family. My name is Eduardo Capetillo. Thank you very much to Diane, Debbie, and Javier. And as strange as it can sound because of this distance of the modality of interviews that we are going to adapt ourselves. As we say in Mexico, please feel at home. This is your house. Thank you very much. So let's start. Well, that's a tricky question. So it deserve it deserves a tricky answer. I don't know if many would like to be in my position because right now, I mean, I am 50 years old and I'm a human being that found like a treasure and that can live in peace and very grateful for all the things that had happened in my life. But now, believe me that in the hard days, I don't think that a lot of people would like to be in my place because it was a life kind of complicated. But now when I do the conferences and when I talk to the young people, instead of sharing that part of my life as a victim, I share that part of my life as a gift. I truly believe that everything that I have lived, uh, it has a purpose. So it has um, became the path that I have to went through to be what I am today. So yes, I had a particular life with extremely hard points of friction that I have to went through, and I am grateful for that. But I don't know if a lot of people will like to be in that position. And this one, of course, but in the hard times, well, my lucky break as a professional, I got started working when I was 12 years old. I got started as a singer in a contest. I didn't win it, by the way. I won the second place. And then I started doing soap operas. And thank God and thank to the universe, I was very success from the moment that I got started in my professional career. Let's be clear about this because it's professional thing and a personal thing. So it's different paths and different ways ways to find the real success. So from that moment on, everything in my professional career was uphill, 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 uphill. In a lot of countries, they know me more as an actor than as a singer because the soap operas that I did, the soap opera is like a product for entertain a lot of people. So millions of people watch the soap operas in all around the world. So a lot of people know me more as an actor, but I am more a singer than an actor. The lucky break was that one when I started working at the age of 12 in a professional way. Now we're gonna see the other parts. I decided to work in my personal growth when I decided that I have to stop suffering. Because when when you're a child, you have like a bunch of programmers that are putting apps on your subconscious. One of those apps is the meaning of success for them. So they tell you success is having a lot of money, going out with the most beautiful ladies you that can be, having a lot of cars, having a lot of properties, having a lot of power, and having a lot of fame. Okay, so that's the programmation that you have as a child. So, well, you point to that way. You put all your instruments like an airplane, no? Your GPS is going that way. I got there. When I got there, and I had all the money, all the power, all the popularity, a lot of properties, I was unhappy. I felt empty. So I discovered that that was not the success, the real success for me. It was the success for the programmers that put that in my mind and told me you have to go that way. They didn't do it for being bad people, no. They do it because they really believe in that, and I respect that. But it was not the success for me. So I was really alone in that place. The more famous I was getting, the more money I was making, the more power I was getting, the more loneliness inside of me. So obviously I got to a point that I had to say, this is it. No more. I don't want to keep suffering. What is left in my life, I want to live it happy. And I decided at that point that I had to make a change. It was like 16 or 17 years ago. Well, first of all, a long time ago, two friends of mine, very good friends of mine, told me, could you do us a favor? I said, of course. What do you need? Could you come and tell your story of life to a group of guys that we really believe that they need to hear you because they are going through a bad moment. And just tell them what you live and how did you went through that parts of your life, that hard moments of your life. It was not a conference for me. It was like chatting with somebody, and it was more like giving a testimony of life. So I said, okay, let's go. We get on the car, and I was expecting to get to a house in a living room with 5 or 6 guys, no, and bring something and tell the story. And suddenly we got to this auditorium with 500 people, and I said, what is this? Well, these are the guys to need to hear you. And I said, really? Well, okay. These guys are really, really, really good friends of mine till now. I love those guys. And I said, okay. So I went up to the stage and I started telling these 500 people my story of life, just talking about my path. And suddenly, in the first 10 minutes, I started to see people crying. And I was like, what's going on here? And I started to see other people hugging each other. And I started to see like transformation of people in the room. And at that moment, I did not understood what was going on. Later on, I understood that I was like a mirror for them. When I opened my vulnerability for those guys, they look at themselves in myself. So that is one of the most important things that you have to learn when you share something with another person that asks you for a different point of view of life. Because I don't give advices. When somebody approaches me and said, please, I need you to give me an advice, I said, no, I don't give advices. I can give you a different perspective of life, but not an advice. Because an advice is like my ego telling you how to solve your problems. No, that's not the way. Is I live this. I passed through this, and this was the way that I did it. If something that I tell you works for you, great. If not, forget about all the chatting. I'm not working in a documentary. I'm working in a book. I have a friend that makes books, and the other day he gave me a call and said to me, I have a question for you. All the quotes that you put in your platform that are signed by Eduardo Capetillo are your quotes? And I said, yes. If I sign a quote, Eduardo Capetillo is my quote. And he says, you know what? We have to make a book. And I said, okay, let's make a book. Why not? And my story of life, I don't tell it like a documentary. I tell it like a intra-biography. In Spanish is intrabiografía. Let me explain you what intrabiografía means. A biography of Eduardo Capetillo, well, you can find it in Wikipedia. I mean, you just put Eduardo Capetillo, enter, and it will appear everything that can be documented and can be told about me. But an intrabiography is the relation of Eduardo with Eduardo. So that is the part that is more interesting, because nobody but me knows about it. And that's what I do in the conferences that I do, and a few people look at me and see themselves in there. So I believe that some of the things that I said become helpful to them, and that for me is the most special gift that the universe can give me. Put myself at the service of the others. I don't dislike anything about being a celebrity. I enjoy it a lot, because all the love that people give you, I mean, there's something that you cannot pay with all the money in the world. So they care about you and they love you because at some time of your life you provide them with an entertainment moment, with a peaceful moment, with a romantic moment. So they love you, and that for me doesn't have price. So no, I don't dislike anything about being a celebrity. What I like of being a celebrity right now is that I have a voice, that the people look at you and they put attention to you. And I don't mean the fans or the people that watch my soap operas and follow my career. The politicians, for example. When you have something to say that it can do better for the world, that can do better for the other human beings, they had to hear you because they know that you can have power with a lot of people behind you hearing your voice. So you can make a lot of good by being a celebrity and making all those voices be one and transmit the message. In one of your videos, you shared with us that we all need to believe in something to avoid the feeling of being lost. In my case, I believe that there is a God. Is this type of belief that you mean? Yes. My platform, as you can see, is a very inclusive platform. I don't have a platform for Catholics or Christians or Buddhists or Jews. No, it's for everyone. Because I believe that we all are looking for the same thing. We are looking for the same path to be happy, to live in peace, to elevate our conscience. But there's not just one way. And there are a lot of similarities in the lives of these great mentors that had come and teach us things like Jesus, Buddha. I mean, it's about getting to the same point by the path you want, you choose, but at the end of the day, you will have to do the same things. You have to live in peace, you have to forgive yourself, and you have to work a lot in your self-esteem, and you have to work a lot in your inner peace, and you have to work a lot in seeing life in another way, and you have to believe in something for sure. What I tell the people that tell me that they don't believe in anything, I said, okay, I respect that, but then you have to believe in you, and that way they are believing in something, and you can name it the way you want it: God, superior power, Allah, Buddha, whatever you want, myself, but you have to believe in something. Yes, I mean, I don't have the truth about life. This is my way of thinking, but it doesn't mean that I have like the truth in my hand. No. This is my way of thinking, and this is how I have been walking through this point that I can live in peace. My life has changed definitely. It's a path. I believe that's life. For me, life, the meaning of life is going forward, nor not going backwards. So I have been through a path, I have been through a life, and now I am a very peaceful person that I found, like I told you in the first question, my inner peace. For me, that's invaluable. If there's something that I will change, no, I will keep doing what I do now. I have you have to have a discipline to get to this point. It's not like you get to the pharmacy and buy a pill and you take it and no. It's like Dr. Dispensa said, or Greg Braden, or Alfonso Risotto. We are like the channel of communication. We gave you the instruments, but you have to work on yourself. If you don't work on yourself, you won't get forward. You won't advance. You will stay where you are, or you will get back. I learned from your platforms about semiología. How would you explain this science to our English speakers? How would I explain this science to our English speakers in English? Semiología, it's a science. It's a science that it was invented a long time ago, and now a very good friend of mine, that is a doctor, an amazing person, an amazing human being, has built an education program that it's called Semiología de la Vida Cotidiana. Let me try to translate it. It's like semiology of the life, day-to-day life. And it's great because it's a program that puts the human being at the center of all the education. When you do that, when you change that system of education, you change the root of the human being. Let me give you an example. You can be the best brain surgeon in the world. Amazing. You are like a gifted guy. But can you manage your emotions? Because there's no university in the world that teaches how to handle our emotions. So that's the part that I love of semiology, that puts the human being at the center of the education. Sorry guys, we had to change the location because the rain here in the country, it was getting too much. I'm old and I have to take care of my health. Your marriage is one of the most famous and solid in Mexico. What advice do you give millennials about marriage? Well, like I told you before, I don't give advices. Because if I give you an advice and it doesn't work the way it's supposed to work, I am gonna be a part of the result. You told me, no. I can give you a different perspective of life. That's what I do. And another thing that makes me don't like to give advices is that when you give an advice, it's like your ego is speaking, no? Somebody gets to you. I teach in a university, and I have a lot of contact with the students, with young people in their 20s, and they ask for a lot of advices. So I said, I'm gonna give you my answer, not my advice. I'm gonna give you my perspective of life, not an advice. You have to put in your center of your thoughts, beliefs, your own decision. And you have to make your own decision because you have all the tools to do it. About marriage, what I can tell you is there's not a recipe. Love is the more powerful force that exists in this universe. Love is the only force that the science it can measure at this point. They can measure anger, they can measure anxiety, they can measure a lot of things, but love, it can't be measured. Why? Have you asked yourself why? Because it's too powerful to be measured. So if it's love in the couple, you will be able to go through everything, believe me. In my career as a singer, in my early years, when I was 16, 17 years old, my inspiration was Bruce Springsteen, Billy Joel, Elton John, of course Queen, and the Rolling Stones, the Beatles. I was not a big fan of Elvis, but did you heard how that southern sound? I was not a real fan of Elvis, but I'm a real fan of country music. Yeah, alrighty. I love country music. Wow, this one's a very interesting question. How did you know that? Do you have like a kind of a crystal ball or something? Yes, let me tell you that I truly believe right now that I have been 35 years in the industry of communications. I started when I was 12 years old, now I'm 50. So I passed through 35 years in the industry of communicating something, some message through television, through a stage in a concert, through a stage in a theater. And I truly believe that I was getting prepared for being a tool of communication for this moment, because now the world is getting through a very hard path. This is just the beginning. It's gonna get worse, and we have to try to spread the message to the more people that we can, because in order that we have the more people we can in the world living in peace and living in their center and not living in anger and not living in anxiety and not living in depression, we're going to have a better place to live. Because the fuel that makes the anxiety growth, the anger growth, all those bad thoughts and all those bad feelings, the gas for that is fear. So we have to start confronting our fears. That's the only way we will take them out of our mind and out of our system. If we confront our fear, instead of running from our fears, no, just stay calm. They can harm you. If you see it this way, it's very easy. Your fears, your phantoms that lives live in your head, you create them. So you have the power to disappear them. As easy as that, but of course, it's a process. About the music thing, you hit the right spot. We are preparing our second video conference, and it's a format with music. So what I'm gonna do, I had this kind of idea, inspiration to creating this new format. For us it's new. I don't know if somebody else is doing it right now, but for us it's new. So what I'm gonna do is, in the conference, I'm gonna do some of the songs that have been like hits in my career, and that's gonna help me get through one model to another model to another model, from the self-esteem one, through the fears, to the pardon, and it's gonna be a lot more entertaining for the audience, and also for us it's gonna be like we are all the staff on my production staff is, wow, working like 150% in the project, because they are very happy with the idea. We got a production meeting yesterday, and everybody is with a smile on the office. So hopefully with this new format of conference, we will get to more people. That's, like I told you a few moments ago, that's the main goal for me, for you, for Quantum Family, for everybody. Our goal is to get this message through the most people we can, because we have to live in peace. Even if the world is exploding, we have to keep the peace, because if not, we're gonna ending killing each other. No way. You have the creator of this, that is a speaker, an English speaker, doctor, that is Dr. Joe Dispenza. You just search for him, and it will explain to you a lot more better than me. But what Dr. Dispenza says is that if you keep doing the same thing all your days, you will keep putting the same thought in your mind. Every day we have around 70,000 to 80,000 thoughts every day. The 90% of those thoughts that we had every day are the same ones that we had the day before. So if we don't start getting new knowledge in our life and getting new thoughts, positive thoughts in our system, brain and heart, because now science has told us that the heart has a brain. The heart thinks, so we have to listen to him. And you may say, come on, this guy is crazy. How do you listen to your heart? There's a way to listen to your heart. Like I told you a few minutes ago, it's not from one day to the other, but you can do it, and you have to start doing it. We are the only responsible for our present. We have to live in the present moment. That's like the first part. Let's start from that point. We have to live the here and the now. Because if I keep living in my past, I'm gonna be living in fear, I'm gonna be living sad, I'm gonna be living missing people, missing things, missing moments. If I live in the future, I'm also gonna live in fear. Oh, I have all this. Wow, what a beauty, but what happened if I lost it? Why are you gonna lose it? No, I don't know. I'm just saying. No, don't say stupid things. I mean, you didn't have a reason for doing it. So let's start by putting very clear in our minds that we have to live in the present moment, in the right and now. So when you wake up in the morning, these are words of Dr. Joe Dispenza. When you wake up in the morning, if you can do a meditation when you are in delta frequency in your brain, that is a frequency that is as low as can get to the subconscious, you have to put a new thought in your brain in that moment. That will generate a new chemic in your brain, and that will generate a new chemic in your body. So with all that you made, all your body is going to respond in a different way, in a better way. So you will be a better human being. So the world is going to start to sending you good people around you, people that want to listen to you, people that want to say, can you tell me how to do this? Of course. We need to tell them how to do it. But yes, we are responsible of our present and we are responsible of our future. The past is the past. And if something in the past that is bothering you, you have to go there and fix it. You have to go there and forgive. You have to go there and be forgiven. Because most of the time we pass our life pointing at people and being judges, judging everybody. He told me that, he do me that, she make me that, and you? Sometimes we forgot what Jesus came and told us. Whoever is not whoever is not guilty, throw the first rock. Nobody throw a rock. So we have to learn from those masters that came to the world and teach us how to live in peace, in forgiving others and forgiving us. That's the only way we're going to find the real freedom in our lives. That's the point. Well, another time, this is not an advice. I don't give advices. What I can tell you is my story. I'm convinced that words can do a lot of good, but the example you gave in silence to your daughters and sons is extremely powerful. You have to be coherent. What you say, it has to be in line with what you do, with your performance in life as a human being. If you say, don't spend too much time in your intelligent device, your phone, and you spend 8 hours in the Instagram, it's not logic. It's coherence versus incoherence. So they hear one thing, but they see another. No. For me, the most important thing is that they see the things that I'm doing. They can see in my house when somebody called me to do a project like a soap opera, for example, that it contains extremely hard scenes, no, like in the limit of the porno. And I said, no, I don't do that. Okay, you know what? Your fee is 500,000. We give you 1 million. No, it's not about money. It's about being a human being with coherence. Because what good all the money in the world will give you if you don't have peace? If you have peace inside of you, you have everything. If you don't have peace inside of you, everything you have, it's worthless. As easy as that. And if you can transmit that to your family by being a coherent person, that's the most powerful message you can give them. Not in words, in acts. Thank you for your time, Eduardo. You don't have to thank me for anything. I am at your service, and the grateful, it's myself. Every time you need some chat, I'm here. Not advices, just talking. In order to be coherent, I try not to spend a lot of time in the intelligent devices or the computers or the telephones. As you can see, I live in the country and I live disconnected most of the time, because here is where I get all the inspiration that I need to transmit. I read a lot, and I don't know what's gonna happen now when the university opens. I don't know if I am gonna keep doing classes or not, because the calendar is getting too tight with the conferences. So all the things that I'm gonna be doing, you can find it in the platform of Instagram. That's the only platform that I use. I put something in there, and I have a millennials crew that they are in charge of sending that message to all the net that we have, because I don't want to get in there. I mean, these things has had two sizes, the bad one and the good one. Let's not forget that there are studies right now that they can assure you, and they can prove to us that the exaggerated use of the cellular phone, it can be put on the addictions, in the addictions set. So nothing that it's an addiction is good to us. Not the cigarette, not the alcohol, not the drugs, not the sex, not the telephone or the intelligent devices. Everything in excess is bad. Come on, guys. I don't give advices. I don't give advices, buddy. No, not advice. I know Alejandra. I worked with her a long time ago. I believe that she's a great human being. She's a hard-working woman, amazing. She has beaten cancer, and she has been passed through tough times. I know that because I know her. I'm not really at the day what is going on with her and her daughter, but if they are going through bad time. I believe that what I told you before, love is the most powerful thing that we have in this world. Love is the most powerful gift that the universe had gave us. And with love, everything is possible. Everything, believe me. Here you have a survivor that with love went through. And about judging, I don't judge. My judge is my judge thing.
Judgment. The word is judgment.
It's completely canceled. So I'm nobody to tell Alejandra or Sofia what to do. I don't even know what's going on between them. But whatever is going on, if they are mother and daughter, it has to be a lot of love in there. So it just go inside of you and find it. When you find it, when you find that love, when you remember those lovely moments that you spend with the mother, with the father, that's love. Everything's possible with that. Thank you very much. I love you guys. And this is your house. A little bit cold, a little bit rainy in these months of the year, but you can find me here. You won't find me in the city. I'm a country guy.